Hello and benvenuto to Life's Questions and Lessons. I'm your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so grateful that you are here with me today. This podcast is unedited because life is unedited. Now let's get started with our first question. Do I need to work harder now so I can relax later? Do I need to work harder now so I can relax later? So I was having a conversation with a member of my wise council recently on this whole concept of working harder now and relaxing later. And this has shown up in a lot of different communities, if you will. The FIRE community, so the financial independence, retire early, as well as kind of the entrepreneurship community, which is the part of the community that both myself and the person that I was talking to in this conversation are a part of. And I've always found it very, very difficult to put off the things that really light me up for later. We only have this present moment. This is the only moment we know. This is the only moment we are in. I absolutely understand planning for later and, not just being frivolous and going crazy in the present because who knows what will happen in our future. But I do think that concepts like this, we really want to pause on and figure out what really works best for us. The whole point of this podcast is really to evaluate your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions around these topics. And as I was exploring this question for myself, the first insight that came to me is I don't know who I'm going to be later. So in terms of the financial independence, retire early, it's basically this concept of saving, like living as frugally as you possibly can. So you can save the majority of your income so you're able to invest that and have it grow earlier than retirement age. So whatever your, retirement age would be in that scenario. And in that scenario, I just don't know who I'm going to be. I know right now I love travel. I love getting on an airplane and going to explore new cities, explore new cultures, going to, markets, eating delicious foods. I enjoy, moving my body and learning and growing and all these types of things. But in, 40 years or whatever it is, my later, my kind of vision of who I am later, I don't know what I'm going to want to do. And so that's why it's so important for you as well to really evaluate how you are feeling about a certain situation or concept, because this is huge. It's in a lot of different communities. And if you're listening to this podcast, you might be a part of the entrepreneurship community or the FIRE community or just the new age consciousness, community, whatever we're calling it these days. And it's really, really important to figure out how you feel and question that. And also understand the season that you're in when you're asking yourself these really important questions. For me, I think about right now, this present moment is all that I have. So I don't really want to work myself to the bone. I've never been someone who wanted to work 12-hour days and sacrifice all of my time so that I can relax later. I want to relax now and later. For me, it's just so incomprehensible. Why would I do something that honestly could affect my mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health in that later stage? So I really challenge you to ask yourself this question in curiosity, not judgment, as always. Thank you so, so much for listening. This podcast has really, really been such an important part of my growth. And I've seen your emails and your posts on LinkedIn, and I know that this has been helpful for you. So I really just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for joining me, on this journey. And I really do believe that we are on this journey together. So Thank you again so much for listening. Please rate and review this podcast wherever you're listening to my words. And if this was helpful for you, please share it. And until next time, take care.